It's getting late here, and I think, to be honest with you, I'm going to have to push some of the social morality articles to the back. But I am going to try to get to them because I do want to get through the last of my links about military rape and how much of a disgrace this is, because it's not just happening to women, it's happening to men too, and I think it's absolutely ludicrous that this is a thing that is happening. But speaking of bizarre situations and domestic situations here, file this under "I couldn't make this up if I tried." Death by cunnilingus. A Brazilian woman tried to kill her husband by putting poison in her vagina, but her plan backfired pretty quickly. This is a bizarre story. Now, I want to make it clear that unlike people like Nash, who I respect what he does with his series, but he won't do some of the more bizarre stories because if they involve somebody getting hurt. Somebody got kind of hurt, and some of you women out there already know where this story is going to go and the problems. My girlfriend, when I was talking to her, she already guessed the twist in this. But for you guys who might not be aware, this is going to get bizarre. It's going to get somewhat entertaining, and you gotta read it to believe it, but I'm going to read it for you. Especially with what the husband does. And if there's a woman alive who would call this guy a bastard for what he did for this woman, then men aren't the problem, you are. Look, I do not relish making light of an attempted murder, but sometimes you just need to write about a really crazy attempted murder, and I tend to agree. A Brazilian woman has been accused of trying to kill her husband by putting poison in her vagina and asking him to have oral sex with her. The intended victim, identified only as a 43-year-old man from Sao de Jose Rio, Porto, knew something was going on when he noticed an unfamiliar odor coming from his wife's freshly poisoned nether regions. Wow. Somebody typed that. Just savor that moment. Somebody had to type, knew something was going on when he noticed an unfamiliar odor coming from his wife's freshly poisoned nether region. But here's the thing about vaginas. Now again, most women will know this, but here's something even I was not aware of. As this woman soon learned, they are very porous. Realizing that his wife was probably absorbing a majority of the poison that she had intended to kill him with, he brought her to the hospital and saved her life. Oh, no, but you know, men are all scum, right? Men are all just cheating, lying, pardon the language, scum fucks. All of us, right? We're just such bastards, right? This guy, he is totally down with performing oral sex 24/7 and will generously rush you to the emergency room after you try to kill him. And they say chivalry is dead. By the way, if you feel that chivalry is, you can eat me. But he is nobody's fool. Sources revealed that the man intends to sue his wife for attempted murder. Links down in the underbar. Again, I couldn't make that up if I tried. There's too much what the hell going on there, right? But I have to admit, I probably would have taken her to the emergency room too. I mean, Sure, she probably deserves on some level to maybe kind of die for doing that. And yes, we don't know the circumstances under which she decided to poison him. I'm not going to pretend like I know that. But really, he's willing to go down on you, something that most women in my circles that I've run through tend to see as a rarity. Something I don't mind doing and actually take pride in, but I digress. But no, it's men. He must have done something to deserve poison via cunnilingus, right? I don't get this idea. I don't get this mentality. But I like that this guy, he'll help you, but if you try to kill him, he's still going to at least sue your ass, which I think is the least of which this woman deserves. And it's up to him. She had poison in her system, in her vagina. What's her excuse? Oh, sorry, Your Honor, I was masturbating with a bottle of strychnine. No. Vagina generally doesn't accumulate poison. I may not know everything about vagina, but I'm pretty certain that poison just doesn't happen to get in there. Oh, what? She was carrying poison while being naked, and she tripped on a rug, and the bottle just fell onto her vagina, and it poisoned inside of her vagina. He could have a clear-cut case of, Your Honor, she tried to kill me, throw her ass in jail. He's not. He took her to the hospital when he has, on some level, every right to have let her die for what she was trying to do to him. But again, let's take the high road. He took her to the hospital. He did not press charges. Even though sometimes in some places, though I don't know with that Rio Day whatever, what their laws are on those things. Sometimes even if you don't press charges, the state will press charges. But it sounds like the state's not going to do that if he's not willing to press charges. I've been the victim of attempted murder, and I didn't press charges, but I did get the woman out of my house because I'm not going to let somebody stay with me who's capable of trying to strangle me to death. That if it wasn't for a family member, I would be dead right now. And my son would be fatherless, or at least biologically fatherless. Although, I don't know, if she had killed me, I don't like to think about it. I seriously don't. But because of parental guilt, I didn't press charges, though I had every right to. This woman tried to stab me. This woman tried to strangle me, but that's the past. I don't like to think about that any longer. But yeah, of all the things, of all the ways, and you're a woman too. See, this is what happens when you don't have proper talks about women's bodies. I'm not saying she should have tried to kill the guy, but surely she should have known. My girlfriend knew the moment I read the headline what the problem was going to be there. And I know that I've somewhat known this. I mean, but I don't know all of the mystiques of the female vagina. I try to know enough to be able to be pleasurable to my partners, and thus far I've been very lucky in that department. But I digress. I would have never known that this would have been a problem, and apparently neither did this woman. But what the hell? Seriously, what the hell is with people these days? It is what it is, I guess.